Imagine a world before 1492. Most Europeans believed their continent formed the entirety of the known world. They were unaware of a vast landmass across the Atlantic Ocean. This landmass, the Americas, was not empty. It teemed with life, both plant and animal. Most importantly, it was home to millions of people. These were not simply scattered tribes. Complex societies existed, rivaling any in Europe. They built sprawling cities, developed sophisticated governments, and mastered astronomy and mathematics. Their innovations in agriculture sustained vast populations. Their trade networks spanned continents, connecting diverse cultures and exchanging ideas and goods. For thousands of years, these civilizations thrived, shaping the land and its resources in a delicate balance. Their story, however, is often overshadowed by the arrival of Europeans. The conquests that followed brought devastation and loss, attempting to erase the rich tapestry of pre-Columbian life. Yet, the story of the Americas before Columbus is one of resilience. Indigenous peoples today carry the legacy of their ancestors. They keep ancient traditions alive, reminding us of a time before the world changed forever. When did humans first arrive in the Americas? The answer is still debated by scientists. Most agree that people migrated from Asia, crossing a land bridge that once connected Siberia to Alaska. This bridge, now submerged beneath the Bering Strait, existed during the last ice age when sea levels were lower. These early migrants, hunter-gatherers tracking game, likely crossed into Alaska between 15,000 and 30,000 years ago. Over time, they moved southward, following herds of animals and seeking new resources. This migration took generations, a slow spread across the vast expanse of two continents. Evidence suggests multiple waves of migration occurred. People arrived not only by land but possibly by sea, navigating along the Pacific coast in boats. These early journeys remain shrouded in mystery, but archaeological discoveries continue to piece together the story of the first Americans. These were not passive inhabitants of the land. They adapted to diverse environments, from icy Arctic tundra to lush rainforests. They learned to exploit the resources of their surroundings, developing unique technologies and ways of life. They laid the foundation for the remarkable civilizations that would follow. Long before the arrival of Europeans, the Americas were dotted with impressive cities. These cities were not just mere settlements but were thriving centers of human activity and innovation. These urban centers served as hubs of commerce, religion, and culture. Markets bustled with traders, religious ceremonies were held in grand temples, and cultural festivals brought communities together in celebration. They stand as testament to the ingenuity and organizational skills of their builders. The architectural marvels, from towering pyramids to intricate stone carvings, reflect a deep understanding of engineering and aesthetics. One such city was Cahokia, located near present-day St. Louis, Missouri. This city was a major center of the Mississippian culture, which flourished in the central and southeastern United States. At its peak around 1100 AD, Cahokia was home to an estimated 40,000 people, making it larger than any European city at the time. The city was a bustling metropolis with a complex social structure and a vibrant community life. Its inhabitants, the Mississippians, erected massive earthen mounds, some towering over 100 feet high. These mounds were not just impressive in size but also in their construction, requiring immense labor and coordination. These mounds served as platforms for temples, residences of the elite, and ceremonial structures. They were the focal points of the city, symbolizing both religious and political power. Further south in the Valley of Mexico lay Tenochtitlán, the magnificent capital of the Aztec Empire. This city was a marvel of urban planning and engineering, showcasing the Aztecs' advanced knowledge and skills. Founded in 1325 AD on an island in Lake Texcoco, Tenochtitlan was a marvel of engineering and urban planning. The city was meticulously laid out with a grid system, and its location on an island provided natural defenses. Causeways connected the city to the mainland, and canals allowed for transportation and trade. These waterways were essential for the movement of goods and people, making Tenochtitlan a bustling hub of activity. At its heart stood the Great Temple, a towering pyramid dedicated to the Aztec gods. This temple was the center of religious life in the city, where important ceremonies and rituals were conducted. Spanish conquistadors, upon their arrival in 1519, were awestruck by the city's beauty and scale. They marveled at the sophisticated infrastructure and the grandeur of the buildings, which rivaled those in Europe. High in the Andes Mountains of South America, another civilization, the Inca, constructed the breathtaking city of Machu Picchu. This city, perched on a mountain ridge, is one of the most iconic symbols of Inca ingenuity. Built in the 15th century AD, Machu Picchu was a royal estate and religious center, perched on a mountain ridge overlooking the Urubamba River. The city's location provided stunning views and strategic advantages. Its intricate stonework, terraced gardens, and astronomical observatories demonstrate the Inca mastery of architecture and astronomy. The precision of the stonework without the use of mortar is a testament to their advanced engineering skills. These cities, along with countless others, challenge the traditional narrative of a primitive New World. They reveal a rich tapestry of cultures and civilizations that were highly developed and sophisticated. They offer a glimpse into the complex societies that flourished in the Americas long before European contact. These ancient cities are a testament to the creativity, resilience, and ingenuity of their inhabitants, leaving a lasting legacy that continues to inspire us today. Section 4. Feeding Millions, Agricultural Innovations. The story of agriculture is a tale of human ingenuity and adaptation, a journey that began thousands of years ago and continues to evolve today. The rise of cities and civilizations in the Americas depended on a crucial development: agriculture. Without the ability to grow and store food, large settled communities would not have been possible. Indigenous peoples learned to cultivate a wide variety of crops, providing sustenance for growing populations. They experimented with different plants, selecting those that were most productive and nutritious. Their agricultural innovations were essential to the development of complex societies. These advancements allowed for the establishment of permanent settlements and the growth of population centers. One of the most important crops was maize or corn. This versatile plant could be grown in a variety of climates and provided a reliable food source. Domesticated from wild teosinte in Mesoamerica over 9,000 years ago, maize became a staple food for civilizations throughout the Americas. Its cultivation spread rapidly, transforming diets and economies. Its adaptability to different climates and its high yield made it an ideal crop. Maize could thrive in diverse environments, from the highlands to the lowlands, ensuring food security. Other key crops included potatoes, tomatoes, beans, squash, and peppers. Each of these plants brought unique nutritional benefits and culinary possibilities. These were often grown together in sophisticated agricultural systems, such as the Three Sisters method practiced by many Native American tribes. This method was a brilliant example of companion planting. This method involved planting corn, beans, and squash together. The synergy between these plants maximized the use of space and resources. The corn stalks provided support for the beans, while the squash vines helped suppress weeds and retain moisture in the soil. This integrated system enhanced soil fertility and reduced the need for additional inputs. Indigenous farmers also developed techniques for managing water resources. Water management was crucial for ensuring consistent crop yields, especially in regions with variable rainfall. In arid regions, they constructed elaborate irrigation systems, channeling water from rivers and streams to their fields. These systems were engineering marvels, reflecting deep knowledge of hydrology. In some areas, they created raised fields known as chinampas in shallow lakes, providing fertile ground for crops. These floating gardens were highly productive and sustainable. These agricultural innovations allowed for the production of food surpluses, freeing some individuals from farming and enabling the development of specialized labor. Surpluses were stored in granaries, ensuring food availability during lean times. This surplus also supported the growth of cities and the rise of social hierarchies. With more food available, societies could support artisans, traders, and leaders, leading to cultural and technological advancements. Section 5. Connecting Cultures, Trade, and Exchange. The Americas, despite their vast geographical expanse, were not a collection of isolated cultures. Instead, they were a vibrant tapestry of interconnected societies. Extensive trade networks crisscrossed the continents, linking distant communities and facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas, and technologies. These networks were the lifeblood of cultural and economic interaction. Coastal routes along the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans connected different regions, allowing for the movement of goods and people over long distances. Rivers, such as the mighty Mississippi, the vast Amazon, and the winding Orinoco, served as natural highways for trade, enabling the transport of goods deep into the interior of the continents. Overland routes, some spanning hundreds of miles, connected communities in the interior. These trails were often arduous but essential for maintaining the flow of trade. Traded goods reflected the diversity of resources and craftsmanship in the Americas. From the highlands to the lowlands, each region contributed unique items to the trade networks. Obsidian, a volcanic glass prized for its sharpness, was mined in places like Teotihuacan in Mexico and traded throughout Mesoamerica. This material was essential for tools and weapons. Copper, mined in the Great Lakes region of North America, found its way to distant parts of the continent. It was used for making ornaments, tools, and other valuable items. Textiles, ceramics, feathers, shells, and other luxury goods traveled along these trade routes, often ending up far from their place of origin. These items were not only practical but also held cultural and symbolic significance. Trade was not merely about the exchange of material goods. It was a conduit for the flow of knowledge and cultural practices. It also facilitated the spread of ideas, beliefs, and artistic styles. Through trade, communities shared their stories, traditions, and innovations. Religious iconography, architectural techniques, and agricultural practices diffused through trade networks, influencing the development of cultures across the Americas. These exchanges enriched the cultural fabric of the region. These networks demonstrate the interconnectedness of the pre-Columbian world. They reveal a complex web of relationships that spanned vast distances. They challenge the notion of isolated, static societies, highlighting the dynamism and cultural exchange that characterized the Americas before European contact. The legacy of these trade networks is a testament to the ingenuity and adaptability of the peoples of the Americas.